This is the untold story of how the U.S. Navy turned a threat into a victory and sent a message of global deterrence. Watch until the end to see how lightning-fast coordination and steely determination turned a reckless attack into a historic victory. Don't forget to subscribe to discover the dramatic top-secret missions. At 4:42 a.m. on April 2nd, 2025, the Red Sea was still calm when the sky suddenly exploded with a metallic nightmare. 15 ballistic missiles and more than 20 drones hurtling toward the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier. And it was a highly coordinated attack by Houthi forces from Yemen, using two main weapons: 15 medium-range ballistic missiles flying at Mach 5 from multiple directions, aiming to penetrate the Truman's long-range defenses. At the same time, more than 20 UAVs were deployed like a swarm of electronic bees, carrying radar jamming equipment, misdirecting signals, and disrupting command systems. This was not just a firepower attack, but an attempt to blind and deafen a giant battleship with modern technology and tactics. But the USS Harry S. Truman is more than just a ship. It's a $13 billion floating fortress, measuring more than 1,000 feet long and weighing more than 100,000 tons, designed to dominate any ocean it sails. Not only that, it can deploy more than 75 fighter aircraft, including FA-18 Super Hornet, EA-18G Growler, and E-2D Hawkeye. The ship is equipped with a multi-layered defense system such as Sea Sparrow missiles, Phalanx CIWS guns, and modern electronic warfare systems. This is not just a mobile airbase. It is a full-scale war machine in the middle of the ocean. Besides, it is the ultimate symbol of U.S. naval power and dominance, a place that brings together advanced technology, maximum firepower, and top-notch strategic thinking. When this ship appears, it not only carries planes and weapons, but also carries a message: America is present. And the place where it was attacked was the Red Sea. No coincidence. Certainly the world's most strategic waterway, through which more than 10% of global trade passes every day. Attacking Truman here was not just a military action, but a blow to the global order, a declaration of war on the free world. This was no longer a drill or a vague warning. It was a direct blow to the heart of American naval power. For the first time in decades, a nuclear aircraft carrier, a multi-billion-dollar pride, was placed at the center of a coordinated, methodical, and calculated attack. But instead of panicking, the steel monster named Truman woke up. Each layer of defense, like each antibody layer of a fighting body, was activated at the same time. Long-range missiles soared like long-range interceptors, medium-range air defense systems locked onto each target. And CIWS close-range artillery howled and tore apart any reckless intruders. Without a moment's hesitation, the crew acted as one united body. Ready to fight, ready to respond to blows with both strength and pride. However, one missile penetrated the dense defenses, plowed into the sea, and exploded near the Truman's bow. The water shook. The hull tilted in what seemed a fateful moment. But when the smoke cleared, the ship was still standing. Not a hole, not a serious damage. Every sailor was still standing, every plane was still intact, and the flag on the deck was still flying. It's not luck. It's the result of thousands of hours of training, of steely nerves, and a defense system that operates like a living organism. In a storm of metal, the USS Harry S. Truman not only survived, it proved that symbols of power are not easily defeated. The attack did not deter the ship, but only made it more alert, sharper, ready to respond with precision and pride. Once the first explosions died down, no one saw this as an isolated incident, but as a carefully calculated, strategic warning shot designed to challenge the entire power structure of the U.S. fleet. But if the other party wanted to send a message, they mistyped the address. The Truman Task Force instantly switched from defense to offense, like a tide turning. From the deck, E-2D Hawkeyes took off with their radars spinning like giant eyes scanning the sky, while EA-18G Growlers raced south on a top-secret mission to regain control of electromagnetic space. The counterattack needed no declaration. It began with cold silence, with sharp signals, and with a determination not to allow any enemy to repeat such reckless behavior again. Houthi weapons are mainly destructive, using ballistic missiles and jamming UAVs for surprise attacks. Meanwhile, the US side possesses a modern multi-layered defense system, combining strong firepower with sophisticated electronic warfare, showing superiority in both technology and tactics. America's retaliation was not an emotional outburst, but a cold judgment executed with absolute precision. Every mobile missile launcher and UAV control center hidden deep in the mountains of Yemen was located, targeted, and wiped out in silent, unannounced airstrikes. But what terrified the enemy most was not the missiles, it was the silence. As the ground shook from the fire, the remaining UAVs suddenly became lifeless corpses, falling freely as if someone had drained their digital souls. Not a shot, not a bang, just cut signals, jammed GPS, and the entire enemy network disintegrating invisibly. No explosions, no smoke, just cut signals, the drones falling silently into the sea as if someone had turned off the sky's switch. In silence, the USS Gravely and Mason did not launch a single missile, but neutralized a swarm of UAVs with electromagnetic waves and algorithms, winning not by fire, but by intelligence. For the first time in U.S. naval history, a destroyer repelled an enemy without expending any weapons. It was not just a technological achievement, it was a revolution in the way of thinking about war. While the world was still looking at the fiery bombardments, here, on the calm sea, a new kind of power was reigning. The power of silence, of signals, of absolute precision. And it redefined the concept of winning. The victory of the Truman Task Force not only came from internal strength, but also demonstrated the power of multinational cooperation. During the most tense moments, the French and British navies quickly coordinated, providing intelligence, expanding radar coverage, and increasing battlefield coverage from many directions. Thanks to this timely support, a solid alliance network is formed. No UAV can penetrate, no signal escapes surveillance. In less than 48 hours, the entire enemy UAV operating and deployment base was discovered and wiped out. 36 hours later, the sky was completely silent. No more UAV signals appeared. This is not just a victory of military technology, but a strategic achievement of the spirit of alliance and global coordination. Behind the thick steel and modern technology, the real victory belongs to the people, skilled hands, sharp minds, and disciplined spirit forged over the years. Not a link is out of sync, not a command is delayed. From the CIWS gunner to the EA-18G pilot, everyone acts as one unit. This is not just a victory of weapons, but the result of a systematic training doctrine, clear strategy, and determination to maintain superiority in the face of all modern challenges. The attack on the USS Harry S. Truman exposed a troubling reality. Non-state groups, even with cheap technology, can pose a serious threat if they know how to coordinate and exploit strategic blind spots. This is a wake-up call for the U.S. to accelerate modernization, from integrating artificial intelligence into radar systems to developing directed energy weapons such as lasers, microwaves, and hypersonic interceptors. The future of war lies not in strength alone, but in the ability to prepare for every unexpected situation. The attack on the USS Harry S. Truman was more than just a military action. It became a test for the whole world, And the response from the US echoed as an unmistakable statement. No one can attack an American aircraft carrier and get away without paying the price. Whether it is small armed groups or major powers like Russia, China, Iran, all have received the message. The US will not only defend firmly, but will strike back with overwhelming speed, precision, and power. It is not just about victory, it is about global deterrence.